Welcome to episode 232 of the Dumbmarks Podcast, Protector of the Legacy. I am your host today, the embodiment of the red glasses, and I'm here with Jason, the wonderful tag team, the old school tag team from back.
Look at us running on CPT.
Yes, we are. had a couple of hiccups here. Don't know what the heck is going on. Just Restream completely crashed when we was trying to come online, so had no idea what that was about.
Now we're back and running.
Yes, we're back and running.
Yo,
Oh, is that the voice of God here?
I was wondering what that wind was. Where you driving, man?
We leave two black guys in charge and can't start the podcast on time. It's unbelievable.
That's the system crashing. Hey, that's your man down there in Washington, D.C., I'd like to say. Man said he was going to lower cell phone bills and all that stuff, and look what happened.
Yeah.
Wait down legit for a second. Now something happened and we crashed. Now I'm back to being Donald. So
that's I spelled my name. I spelled my name wrong trying to log in. So.
And I had everything all practiced out. I was doing stuff with the system yesterday and everything perfectly fine. As soon as I hit that live button, it just all goes bazongo. So.
Well, let's hope I don't close out the stream whenever I get off of here like I did the last time.
Yeah, because I don't know how to do that. We have to get Chris to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know what to do. I might just put my phone on mute.
So yes.
Leave the stream going.
Yes. So it's us. So it's us three here. Chris is back on assignment down in Florida. He showed us a picture. He was going to talk to TK about a couple of things. So let's see what he gets moving. On that.
Yeah, I'm on my way to I'm on my way to something here, so I'm not able to get on and be on for the whole pod. But I wanted to jump on while I'm in the car on my way to my little gathering that I got to get to here. And just jump on real quick and throw some stuff out there in regards to my week, and as well as some mushes and Mount Rushmores. I was at the Tyler the Creator concert last night.
Okay.
Got you. You have kids.
Yeah.
I'm about to say what?
Yeah. I got my daughter tickets for her birthday. So the concert was last night. It was Tyler the Creator, Lil Yachty, and some other group I've never heard of before. I'm officially old as hell, one. Two, I'll be damned if I let my daughter out the house like some of these girls were dressed last night.
Oh.
Because, man, jeez, oh man, like I don't know if dads weren't around or what, because
Different time, man. Different
time. Three, that man put on a show for an hour and a half and closed the building down. He had 17,000 people rocking with him for an hour and a half, dude. Like, I mean, you want to talk about presentation and stage presence and telling a story throughout your performance, like, it was top notch. I haven't been to a concert in a while, a concert like that, but yeah, man, it was a tremendous show. Like, I'm a fan. I'm gonna go back into the discography now and start listening to some Tyler, because his performance alone made me a fan last night.
That's what I was just about to ask you. Did you become a new fan, but did you have respect for the younger generation now? But you're a fan, okay?
Yeah. I still don't respect the younger generation. We're gonna cut that out. But nah, like I said, the performance last night was top notch. Production wise, everything, like, it was a WWE event, as far as like production goes. Lighting, pyro, different set movements, freaking stages coming down from the ceiling. Like shit was out of control last night.
He's a creative mind. So
Steve DJ said, so you're telling me that all the girls are dressed like Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan?
Pretty much. I don't know what they call skirts nowadays, but the skirts that they had on was not skirts. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, if I was the young dude, that's where I would have been last night. I can tell you that much. Because they were definitely out in these streets last night. In that regards, but yeah, man, the concert started at 7:30. I got home at midnight.
Woo.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a long night, boy. But she absolutely had a blast and enjoyed herself. So that's all that mattered.
That's all that mattered. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so
Wavy just called you old, but yeah.
Bro,
you weren't even
I'm not.
this now.
Listen, I'm just glad I was not the only parent in attendance. Okay, so that made me feel good. But yeah, like it was. And let me say this: you want to talk about a diverse audience? That man's demographic, he touches all demographics. Like there were the goth and emo chicks there. There were the like it was just all across the board. Every type of individual that you could think of was in that crowd last night. And like I said, everybody was vibing, rocking out. No drama, no fights, no stupidness. Like I got to give it up to him because that was a really good event last night. Oh.
Yeah. Sounds like you had a blast.
Yeah.
And I have no idea who the dude is.
I only know him from my daughter. Like if I didn't know, if she ain't listened to him, I probably never would have heard a song from him. You know, but yeah, it was live.
Cool. Jason, how was your week?
One man team, one man gang here. I work by myself doing the whole workload. So when I tell you tired, I didn't take naps. I slept every day. I came home and just went straight to bed. It was tired.
This guy's done. He's done 40-hour worth of work in 12 years. He acts like he's putting in 14-hour days.
That's what it felt like.
No, don't worry. I know when I get back on Monday, boy, I'm gonna be in for it.
Hey, look, they gave me the option to leave him high and dry next week. I was like, no, I can't do that to him. They was gonna force me to take a vacation.
I left you high and dry on bedding and sheets and towels. You gonna leave me high and dry on bulk water and stuff.
Yeah, all the heavy shit.
Yeah, that don't equal out. All right. So let's get into this. So this week I have intro topic. I have this week in wrestling. Then we go into our mushes and our Mount Rushmores, and then I have a game of push, bury, release.
Okay.
All right. So intro topic, this week in wrestling. So everything that happened this week in wrestling. Let's start from the latest. 29 years ago today, I mean not today, but this week, WCW pay-per-view Uncensored featured the Mega Powers reuniting and fighting in a 3-story steel cage against Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Lex Luger, the Barbarian, Kevin Sullivan, Zeus, Ming, and the Ultimate Solution in the Doomsday cage match.
Who booked that shit?
And of course, Hogan and Savage won because they're Hogan and Savage, and they basically defeated half of the heel roster that night.
Oh, that sounds like the Death Riders taking out all the baby faces in AEW.
Now this came over my timeline, and I was wondering, like, because Zeus came out. I was like, when the hell was Zeus in WCW? Just like they just running all this shit back. And I was like,
yeah, they did. Yeah, for the Dungeon of Doom, just for this match. And I remember when it was on pay-per-view, I didn't buy the pay-per-view, but I had that signal where you could watch it like all blurred and all that stuff and distorted. So that's how I watched it live. Because back then, your boy didn't have $50 to kick up for that.
Yeah, no, that's a hot. See, this is why we need to go back and rewatch and just do like watch along matches
Watch
for
along.
like these
Yeah.
matches in particular,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh,
just
we might have to
because.
get into that later.
And the thing I remember about this match, this is when Lex Luger had the weighted glove, and then he went to hit, I think it was Savage, and stopped. And Savage moved, and he hit Flair. So this was like, was Luger a heel or a face, or did he turn back face or something like that? Because he was teamed up with because he was with the Horsemen at the time.
The controversy.
Yeah, and I don't know what came from it because that was so long ago, and I completely forgot.
Homework.
All right. So let's go to something recent. 5 years ago this week, The Undertaker fought his last match at WrestleMania, the COVID WrestleMania, against AJ Styles in the Boneyard match. His last quote unquote official match.
I would like to see another cinema match. I kind of miss those.
I do miss them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sprinkle one in
When
every
they're done right, they work.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen some really good ones and also some really bad ones. You know, like Sting's first match back in AEW was
With
was the
Darby.
yeah was the cinematic match.
I enjoyed that.
Obviously, you know the first deletion, final deletion match was really good, which sparked all those. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, Taker ran off and you know technically that was the main event of WrestleMania. So
Yes, it was.
he AJ Styles main evented of Mania and Taker rode off into the sunset. So there you go.
Yeah, nice little calling for him. And the final one we will do, which was very, very important, 24 years ago this week, WCW Monday Nitro ended on its final episode, bringing an end to the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, we got a couple of weeks here before AEW surpasses Nitro as far as running program goes. And AEW already booked out a spring break spectacular to rub it in Eric Bischoff's face. So pettiness in wrestling, I'm always down for pettiness in wrestling when it's done right. And I don't know if that's done right or not, but it's definitely pettiness in wrestling.
I don't know. Bischoff takes shots, so hey, give it back.
Me, exactly. If you can't take them, don't hand them out.
Right.
That's with everybody.
Bischoff A. Smith.
But yeah, but that's when you got Nitro and Raw, simulcasting with each other, with Vince and Shane talking to each other, over that. So.
Yeah, look, how many years later and Shane was trying to take over AEW. just like he bought WCW.
Hey, he could be the one coming in on the Invisible Surprise for that episode.
Yeah, so there you go. Important facts from this week in wrestling history. So let's now move on to our Mount Rushmores this week. Steve, why don't you go ahead first?
A lot of good stuff this week, both in ring wise and out of ring wise. The thing that I really enjoyed the most this week was the Ricky Saints sit down interview and Shawn Spears coming in. I just like the presentation, the dynamic. Spears calling Ricky out for being his own worst enemy and burning every bridge in pro wrestling. So if it don't work out here, he got nowhere else to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, I enjoyed that a lot this week. I thought Naomi's promo last night was really good. I really enjoyed that. I like the dynamic of where she's going in that regards. And then, in ring wise, I mean, I thought Dynamite really stole the show this week with in ring work as far as matchups go. I wish Hobbs and Mark Davis was a little bit longer. That was kind of a quick meat on meat match. But yeah, I'll go with Saints and Spears for me.
Spears moved up a level on my board with that promo. Just his delivery and everything was just spot on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't mind it either. It was like one of the better backstage promos that NXT had in a while.
Steve, how do you feel about,
One of
because it's
them.
all played into one, Brody King losing to the Proto Star?
I mean,
I'm getting tired of King
I'm getting
losing
him
like
and Buddy
this.
Matthews. Like that's all they do is book them
Yeah.
to lose. Like I don't know what can be done differently, but you know, it is what it is at this point, and you just gotta roll with it. Like I said, I have no idea what else they can do, other than give them the shine and start to, treat them like the stars that they are. Because other than that, it's wasted booking on a talent that should be getting over more than what he is.
There was so much potential missed. Like it happened. You had Mark and Brody in the same ring, and I'm like, this would be an awesome match here. These
Right.
two in the feud. But then King loses, and then next thing you know, Mark Davis is losing, and now you don't care about either one of them. Like you're missing out on.
It's AEW booking.
That I mean, it's like the opposite of the WWF in the '90s. Like if you're a big man in AEW, your career goes there to die because they don't book big men in a way that they should be
Yep.
booked. Like, and it's been that way the entire, almost damn near the entire history of the company.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, that kind of is what it is. But before I get out of here, real quick, I just want to give my mush of the week here, and it goes to NXT with the women backstage. Like all these women just sit around in a group and bitch for 2 hours. That's what they do. Like we can't come up with nothing else to give them anything else to do on the show. Normally NXT, match wise, they give their women
Mm.
due, but that's not helping anybody back there.
No.
It's just making matters worse. Like I don't need the junior high, everybody bickering and Ava trying to control stuff, and it just looks like a hot mess. So
See the
that's my mush of the week this week.
see the parking lot, the locker room, or the training room. Pick a different scene.
Yeah.
Same place.
So all right, I'm gonna try to get out of here. So I'm not gonna hit end stream. I'm gonna
Yes, don't hit that.
yeah, I'm gonna back out, but y'all keep doing your thing, and I'll check out the rest of the show.
All right. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. All right. So since Steve gave his Mount Rushmore, I'll give
Okay.
Chris's. Chris's Mount Rushmore, he had two of them. His 1B was the Thunder Tits promo on Dynamite. Anything Tony Storm says come out gold.
It's cringy.
Starting to get cringy now.
I
Playing
love
into
Tony
it.
Storm, so I'll give it a pass.
And his main one, his 1A, was Cena and Cody's Marvel promo on Raw. It felt very Infinity War-ish, but was still into it. We'll see how it goes if that's the blueprint for Mania.
I'm enjoying it, what he's saying, but it's still. I'm enjoying what he's saying, but it's like it's taking up so much time. And then
Yes, it is. It's like a half hour.
And then
every
also
week.
it's like, okay, this would be great if you turn heel by yourself. What does this have to do with The Rock? Like I know this is more to come, but it's like, okay, give it to me now. This is how many weeks till Mania is. Like, I need that connection. If you were turning heel by yourself, this would be perfect.
So The Rock been off for like what 3 weeks now since Chamber. You still haven't heard a word from him.
Back up.
Yeah. Probably the week before, that week of Mania, he'll show up. I enjoyed the promo. It was more of a stepping stone for Cena, saying now that he wants to take the title home. Okay, it's not just a whine and crying like we heard last week. It's like officially, you know what? I'm going to stop. Hence, protector of the legacy, as the title is. That Cody's going to be like the person who stops him from taking the title home, so they don't have to quote unquote make another title. I like this. This is more heel work that Cena is putting in. Just stepstone on top of stepstones on top of stepstones.
At some point, I need I need them two to really go at it. Because, Cena's
Yes.
just holding off, making Cody look great. I need tear you down on the mic, Cena. One time. Maybe 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks to tear you down, Cena. Give me that back and forth.
And then also, too, what I need from him is, since Cody was on SmackDown, to more establish you as a heel for Cena, he should have came in the middle of him and Orton talking and beat him down. Just something, just like more of a push, and more of a oomph. They're like, okay, this is heel Cena, taking a cheap shot real quick.
So just walk away from every confrontation.
Yes, instead of walking away, just building more on the persona of the heel.
I'm gonna reward you.
Yeah. Yeah, but included with we'll get into that, but that's one of my 3 bushes I had. The fans, over there, they keep chanting and everything, and that's what's making the time longer. Because the wrestlers want to give them their little 10 seconds in or whatever they're chanting and all that stuff. It's just okay, enough is enough. Dude, we heard this on Monday. Oh, Cody Rhodes, we heard this on Friday. I know it's a different city in Europe, but
that is.
But we'll talk more about
that is my
man. When we get in the bushes, we'll get more onto that. Yep. All right, so that was Chris's, the Cena and Cody promo. Jason?
I have to go with El Grande Americano.
That was mine. Yes, it was. Yes, it was mine. Because it was like pulling teeth for me this weekend with wrestling. It really was. But
that was comical. I enjoyed it. I see other people having other demographics having an issue with it. Man, it played right to the part.
Yes, it did. Actually, like what I was gonna say for Rushmore for that was, other than Cena and Cody and Punk, Rollins, and Reigns, this is the story I'm interested in. It is. This is the one that's keeping me invested in the WWE right now. This other one, because all the other stories ain't doing anything for me really.
Yeah.
But this one, I love everything what he did on Monday when he was like, "Oh, I got a doctor's excuse. You know what? I can't wrestle." So he was like, "Hey, yeah, why don't you fight on Grande Americano?" just keep it going. Yeah. Keep it going as 2 separate people, because it is hilarious.
When they hit the Gulf of America, I was like, man, yeah. That's wrong, but that's right.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. You just got to keep feeding into it.
Yeah.
Any more Rushmores this week?
Roman Cena and not Roman Cena. Roman.
Punk.
Roman Punk and Seth.
That was.
I really enjoyed that. I'm just. They could just do the whole. This is like the blood. You don't even need to have a match for me. Just give me the theatrics.
That's it.
Just give me the theatrics.
I love how Paul went over to him and he was like, "What you looking at?" and all that stuff. And he was like, "What you want is in here, being main event and all that stuff." And then Punk saying, "Yeah, but that wasn't the favor I was looking for." So it just keeps that going, just that little thing going. And then just, Rollins just going crazy and all that stuff. You don't deserve the main event. You didn't do nothing to deserve the main event. Like you said, they can just keep talking. You don't need a match. Because there's so much bad blood between all of them.
Yes. They can pull from every part of history with them, and it's gold. Long-term storytelling.
More than 10 years.
Yeah, other than Ricky and Spears, that's all I had.
Okay. I did like the match between Stephanie and Jada a lot, but then that will transition into my mush. I did not like the ending at all between the two of them. I did not like how it was just a roll-up. I was like, you have a good match of this nature, and then a roll-up to end it?
Yeah, to me, he lost clean.
Yeah. It was
Jordan Grace to come out and interfere.
Yeah, you didn't need all of that. And then whenever Jada was getting momentum on the ropes and all that stuff, Stephanie just flips her over. And after getting beat down, selling the whole match, she just got the energy to do that little flip rollover and thing and pin. It was like, come on now. Like, that's not needed for a great match that was going on. Yes, I know what they were doing, getting Jordan involved and all that stuff with her, but not needed.
Yeah, come at that cost. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was my main mush. My main one. I'll come back to my other ones a little later.
All right.
Go ahead, because Chris's mush is outside of wrestling.
So mush?
Yeah, Chris's mush is outside of wrestling, so I'll save that for last.
My mush was pretty much the UK and just the fans.
Yes.
They were ultra annoying. It got to a point where it's just like, come on, sit on your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Watching the play now.
Because it was to that point. Like the whole time, I'm okay with them singing the music, theme music. Then when they get in the ring, the theme music's over and they start like, their little chant and everything. But after 2 words of them saying something, they start up again.
Yeah.
It was like, it is annoying. Like once they start talking, shut the hell up.
Yeah. Like the movies. There you go.
Yes. It was like, they said that WWE loves it over there because they give them the reaction that they want and all that stuff. But there got to be a point in time where it's like, like you got to let the wrestlers do what they do.
This isn't like soccer. You can do that the whole damn game.
Mm-hmm.
Know your spots. Playing with the play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like a college football game, and after every play, the fans rush the field. And then we get back in the stands. The next play happens, the fans rush the field.
And then next thing, you know what's going to happen. They're going to try to upstage next week.
Yes.
And then next week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Kill these long overseas tours.
Until they come back to the U.S. and then we just get typical. Yeah. We'll cheer. And then we'll shut up when we need to. Yes. Yeah. Steve gave his mush. It was for the NXT locker room. My other mush is outside of wrestling, so I'll just go with Chris's right now. Chris's mush is outside of wrestling. It is the Marvel Avengers Doomsday being spoiled with teasers and all that stuff. And even like, why can't we just be surprised by the movies?
You guys are more in the know than me. I actually enjoyed the clip they sent with the chairs.
Okay, I didn't see anything.
Okay, it's just a long list of chairs, and it was zooming into the last one being Tony. So they had like all the actors.
Okay,
who won't be in it. So you know who, like I knew most of them. So there's people I didn't know of who's being who. But as far as like spoilers for me, I
don't know much about the story, so it doesn't hurt you. Yeah, Chris, he texted me. He was like, "Oh yeah, they just spoiled a lot of stuff with the Doomsday stuff," and I told him, "Don't send me anything." Like it's like for me personally, I'm just trying to get out of movie spoilers because they show too much, anyways. So I don't want to know and all that stuff. But I did see like all the memes and stuff saying like had all kind of people like Rick from The Walking Dead is going to be in Doomsday. Yeah. And they had like Goku from Dragon Ball Z is going to be in Doomsday. Just a bunch of stuff like that. But yeah, it, like our other group chat with like our friends, like they were talking about it, but I just like silenced all the stuff. I was like, I'm not going to listen or anything. I'm so backed up on Marvel as it is anyways. So I don't know what's going on in the world of that. Yeah, but he was pretty bad about that. I was like, for all that happened in wrestling, you was pissed him off about that the most?
I do have another mush. I'm just now thinking about it. It's the hate for Bianca overseas.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. I was in the comments of, people was like, okay, overseas, they're racist. And I'm like, okay, let me see what they have to say. And damn near every argument they were having was an argument that could apply to Io or Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
She's overpushed. Rhea. Or Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was like it came at a cost of Rhea's championship. I'm like, you're mad at Bianca? Io beat her. What?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you're saying she can't wrestle? No, she's clearly 2 on that list. I go Io, Bianca, then Rhea.
Yes. That's all
Rhea
I'll go
wrestles
to.
like 5 times a year. It was just like, come on, just do we got to spell it out for you?
And you even saw it during Raw whenever she threw Io out on top of Rhea. She picked the title up, and there was no cheers. It was nothing, like nothing, no boos, no cheers. Just
a couple of them were struggling over there. You got no pop. Rough over there. So we're not going to turn Bianca heel overseas. Nah,
no.
Then she come home and get the EST chance.
Yes.
Yeah, that was all my mush for wrestling.
Okay. My last mush that I had, because it was the Jada Parker stuff, the roll up, that it was the fans, and my outside mush from wrestling was the season has sprung. I was a nice flower that bloomed on Thursday whenever baseball season opened up, and on social media from like our little group of friends and everything, Pirates this, Pirates that. So I bloomed up and I was in people's comments spewing that hate, boy.
I haven't seen it. The only thing I've seen is on the news, and they were like, Skeens had an outing. It was a great outing. He looks such and such, this, that, another, and a loss.
It lost. Yeah. It lost. On some of our friends' posts, they was like, oh, yeah, we can't wait to go to Pirate games and all that stuff. And I was in the comments just saying, you guys are wasting y'all money on that Ponzi scheme known as the Pirates. So for me now, it's the Ponzi Pirates. I mean, that's it. You just give them money. I was like, man, y'all just giving money for no investment at all. Then the biggest ones that complain about Pirates management and all that stuff not spending are the first ones down there.
Hey.
So it's my time of season. I sprung up. I bloomed on Thursday, and I am here until the end of September.
You give them hell, and I'll give you hell about Barry. So.
After that, I have no other mushes on wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just too busy doing other stuff.
We were talking about rewatching. That Triple Cage match.
Yeah.
So
1995.
Yeah, that comes with the Hall of Fame now adding matches.
I did see that.
How do you feel? That feels. It wasn't matches. It was classified as moments. So eventually, John Cena's heel turn is going in the Hall of Fame.
Moments can be anything.
It could be anything, but right now you have Brett and Stone Cold match going in. How do you feel about that?
The matches should not be in the Hall of Fame.
Hall
of Famers for people.
I don't mind if we did our homework and went back and did a watch along for it. Mm-hmm. Extra content, but yeah, no, I don't believe moments need to be in the Hall of Fame.
No, it was a great match.
Yes, definitely.
It was the match that held WrestleMania 13 together for sure. But a match don't need to be in there.
No.
Because what, you're going to have a wing of just wrestlers and a wing now of just matches? And there's a lot of great matches throughout WWE's history. That's going to...
You're going one a year. Well, you can't... There's so many people you can't fit in.
Yes. I mean, so like you said, one match a year is going in, or are they going to have like 5 matches a year go in?
Which then again just seems like too much.
Mm-hmm. And it's just going to be like all the sports Hall of Fames and all that stuff. You're just putting people in just to put people in now. No. Even though the Wrestling Hall of Fame ain't like a real, physical thing.
Yeah.
It's still, you just don't put stuff in just to put stuff in.
Do you have to be a Hall of Famer in the match to get in?
Criteria. What's the criteria?
Yeah.
Because are you going to put Barry Horowitz upset win over Skip
That's
in the
never.
Hall of Fame?
That's
I mean, a jobber finally got his first win. The 1, 2, 3 kid upsetting Razor Ramon, not going to be in there.
Then you might have an instance where people are going in before they actually go in.
Exactly. And is it just going to be WrestleMania matches? You know. You see, so
could be the cutoff. That should be the cutoff.
It should be. There's great WrestleMania matches, but not a lot of them are great. Mm-hmm. Something we need to do too. Best WrestleMania matches.
I can't remember last year. You know which one I put on there? Bret Hart and Stone Cold.
To be truthful, I only remember one WrestleMania match from last year, and that was the Bloodline Rules match because everybody showed up. I forget everything else. All right, let's get into this game here.
All right.
The game is push, bury, release. I picked 3 late 80s, early 90s tag teams. So we have the Steiner Brothers, the Rockers, and Demolition.
Mm-hmm.
So I might be dating myself here with this, but this was prime tag team when we were kids.
Yes. Yes.
So out of the 3, you see I didn't put the Hart Foundation on there, and there's a reason why.
Easy out.
That would be instant. Push, bury, release. The Steiner Brothers, the Rockers, Demolition.
I am releasing Demolition off top. I never liked those guys. Never. I am burying the Steiner Brothers, and I am pushing the Rockers. Marty Jannetty needs his due.
All right. So we'll go with Chris. Chris said that he is pushing the Steiners. He said, while successful in WWE, just never felt they got their full credit. So
True.
I will push them more. He said he will bury the Rockers. He said they will be the team that still shines when buried, in which they actually were buried at one point, and they did still shine in history. And he said he's releasing Demolition. He was never a big fan of the group, so I wouldn't miss them.
Mm.
So for me, I would, and I loved all 3 teams back then.
Yeah, I love Demolition.
Yeah. Oh, I was a Demolition guy. I love that. Man, their entrance music is still top 5 for me. You know, got that guitar riff and all that stuff.
2 or all 3?
I like 2.
2.
I didn't like when they added Crush in there. There's like nah, Axe and Smash. That's all I needed was Axe and Smash. Mm-hmm. I would. This is tough. This is really tough. Demolition was just around because they couldn't get the Road Warriors at the time.
Mm.
Yeah. Because they were WCW.
Don't get me wrong, they were good.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. I would push the Rockers. I was a huge Rockers fan, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago when they broke up. Man, that devastated me. Even though they weren't officially WWF Tag Team Champions, they did win the belt, but it wasn't on TV. Yeah. And that's when the rope broke, and they just null and void the whole match. So I'll push the Rockers. I'll bury Demolition, and I'll release the Steiners. Mm. I love the Steiners, but I didn't like the Steiners in WWE. True. I was more Steiners in WCW.
Agreed.
Around there. But I did like their theme music too, because it was like the Michigan fight song. But they had that entrance music, which was great. I love the dominatrix mask. I like all that, and I like their finisher too. Their finisher was great, like the little backbreaker, and the guy came off the top rope with the elbow. So you gave me like Randy Savage, with a little bit of Steiner's in it.
Who was Demolition?
I don't even know their real names. I just know it was.
I know one of them played another.
I know Crush was Crush.
Crush was Crush.
Yeah, that was the third guy, and I honestly do not remember the other two.
I'm pretty sure one of them was Doink at the time. I don't know.
Everybody was a Doink at the time. Yeah, everyone was Doink at the time.
Tag teams. Thoughts on the natural disasters going in?
I'm all right with that.
You all right with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, earthquake and typhoon. Oh, definitely. Like at the time they were two big men. You never really saw like big men tagged. Mm-hmm. Like that before.
Why don't you add the whole group and add a hurricane and Texas tornado as natural disasters?
Yeah, so just that's good. I don't mind them going in at all. Mm-hmm. Because they were both faces and heels when they were tagged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think they made more of an impact than they were by themselves at Tugboat. Shockmaster.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm-hmm. See what else I had this week. He said I was expecting more, but that's what happened when you run with a two-man crew and one who barely watched wrestling this week. So this week, Raw and SmackDown, they're the last week over there in Europe, and then they'll be back over here in the States to finish up.
What time? Because I keep forgetting, man. It'd be like 4:30, and as soon as I turn in, Cena's already done. So,
well, Raw last week was at 4. Well, this past week was 4:00.
Yeah.
I think because of time difference within the like on the continent, so it should be 3:00 on Netflix again on Monday, and regular time for SmackDown over here.
Which I'm hating because I keep on getting like the reactions, content creator reactions, hours ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. Bloody. All right. Do you have any quick hitters? Like I said, this is gonna be quick and easy, boy.
This is I don't know. I'm gonna have to check and see how true this is. But they said they moved the time up for Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver, 9:30 a.m.
Ooh. It must have been getting complaints from the people who went straight from Stand and Deliver to Mania.
That's
might have.
Yeah. But tough.
But 9:30 for wrestling. Ooh.
You ain't even had breakfast yet. That's crazy.
Well, I only blame them for, I blame WWE for that, for not spacing stuff out right.
Definitely. They need to have their own day.
Yes, they do.
This running 2 shows on Saturday is bogus.
That's what happened when you do 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Taco, all we do was you.
I thought that was all right.
You thought it was all right?
No. Hate light-skinned people.
Yeah, but that's what happened when you have 2 night manias.
You got to find something else. Start the week early. Run it on Tuesday. I don't know.
Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do something Thursday.
And Deliver needs their own night. They deliver every time, so
they do.
They deserve their own night.
Because remember before they was every they were Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Or were they Saturdays? Yes, they were Saturdays.
Was there one?
No, the Fridays. They were Fridays. Yeah, they were Fridays because the Hall of Fame used to be Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When was SmackDown? Was that when it was on?
SmackDown was on Tuesdays
Okay.
back then. Mm-hmm. But it's because of SmackDown being on Friday.
Yeah.
That threw everything off. Taquan said just make Stand and Deliver an NXT episode. They could do that too.
They could do that too. I mean,
Yeah.
they deliver, so
they could definitely do that. They don't have to do Stand. Yeah, they could do Stand and Deliver right after the Roll After Mania that Tuesday.
Do you have that? You want that time block though? Stand and Deliver, you get an extra hour and a half to an hour.
They just got to make something happen with the CW.
Yeah, I want you to cut some people's time at the expense of just network timing. But yeah, 9:30 a.m. is crazy.
Yeah, that is. All right. I have no quick hitters at all for wrestling at it. So we can end the show. Look at that. 48 minutes. You know, we in and out. Haven't had an episode this quick since we first started.
You know, take me a nap.
That's it. So for everybody who was here, who was watching and listening, thank you. Episode 232, Protector of the Legacy on the Dumb Marks Podcast. Follow us at all of our social medias at Dumb Marks Pod. Get the merch at prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod and hit us up on Spotify. Give us a like, listen, and follow. And for the quote this week, it says, "Hurt me with the truth, but never comfort me with a lie." Hurt me with the truth, but never comfort me with a lie.
Now, come on, we get you in and out, man.
Yes, we do. We get you on your weekend real quick. And with that, we will see you next week. Jason hosts next week.
Might be off.
Might be
have a show. We're running things. And we could just cut segments, Chris.
We'll do that. So, until then, we'll see you next week. And always, fuck you, Dave Meltzer.
And Taquan.
Catch y'all later.